Hi everyone, welcome to another video in the series how to write a paint program with a modern feel to it. This is tip number 3 and we will be touching on drawing shapes. There are a few gotchas when you want to implement drawing of shapes, and I'll show you what that involves by using these 4 applications I have on my desktop. They are essentially the same application written with 3 different versions of the GTK framework, 2, 3, and 4, and with Qt. The application starts with the drawing mode that draws a star. And for the star shape, what I have coded is the locking of the aspect ratio. So the proportions of this encompassing rectangle are fixed. Cannot really change them. So as you can see, the end corner of the rectangle is not where the mouse pointer is. And this is because otherwise the star would look extremely ugly. Due to the way it's drawn, which essentially counts on the fact that this is a regular shape that can be encompassed in a circle, and has got equidistant vertices. So this is one special case of drawing shapes. By pressing numeric keys on the keyboard, I can switch to different shapes. So the next one is the rectangle. Now for the rectangle, you can see you can pretty much decide the proportions. However, if I press the shift key on the keyboard, then the aspect ratio is locked to 1:1, and the mouse pointer will always be on one of the sides of the rectangle. So not necessarily on the end point of the rectangle, the bottom right point of the rectangle, or it could be, the top left, depending on which direction you are drawing the rectangle. But it will always be on one of the sides, and this is kind of a fluid gesture, if you wish. So that's the one, and then we move on to the next shape, which is a rounded rectangle. It's just for example purposes. I don't think it should be implemented this way, especially if you have got plans to implement a vector graphic painter. In that case, what you might want to have is draw a rectangle and then choose the radius of the corners, possibly the x and y radius, if you want them to be different. But for this shape as well, I can lock the aspect ratio, and as you can see, I can always get the 1:1 aspect ratio. Next one is the ellipse, and for this one as well, I can always lock the aspect ratio. Very quickly, it's pretty much the same thing with GTK3. I missed one of the shapes, but let's go back to that, and we can see that that one is in place as well. So GTK4 is no exception. Again, fluid movement for this shape with an aspect ratio that cannot be decided or changed by the user. And then moving on is this one. This one we make it 1:1, and then this one. Don't have to do the same thing over and over. And finally there is the Qt version, and again just pretty much the same workflow. And this one we will do something like this. Again, the tip for this video is to make sure that you do cater for the fact that some shapes will have to have a locked aspect ratio, and some other shapes the user might want to lock the aspect ratio to 1:1. But again, you have to cater for the fact that some shapes will not have that aspect ratio locked and set to 1:1. That's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.